And it is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on WCCS, AM 1160 and FM 101.1. Nancy Smith and Nick Kolb are with us this morning, and the St. Vincent DePaul Society is going strong and, hoping to keep going even stronger. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you both in the studio with us here this morning. So let's talk about what you have coming up, big event.
Well, I'm here to talk about our second fashion show called Not Your Ordinary Fashion Show that will be held on November 11th, beginning at 11 a.m. till about 1 or a little after at the Rustic Lodge in Indiana. And that will include a luncheon, a fashion show with fashions from the St. Vincent DePaul store. We'll have some items there for sale, also from this store, a basket raffle, and did I say lunch?
You did not.
Lunch.
But please do. You're at the Rustic Lodge and it's lunchtime. You ought to.
Yes. And the cost of the event is $20, and they can purchase tickets at the St. Vincent de Paul thrift store, which is in the Bilo Plaza. And they just went on sale on October 9th. And I would say the sales for the tickets is pretty brisk.
Yeah.
To start with, yep. So there's only so many seats, so I'd advise people to get in there and get their tickets.
Wonderful. And
we sold out last year.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Now, what constitutes a sellout for this event? How many tickets was that?
This is a little over 200.
Yeah.
Like 205, I think.
That's a nice crowd.
We can seat.
Yeah. So we need to do that again this year.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because,
it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Were you a model?
No.
Nick, were you?
I was a model.
Were you?
I modeled a jacket, a light jacket. It was that time. It was in the spring.
Uh-huh.
So I had a nice light jacket. Some of the clothing is for sale at the event. We have jewelry for sale at the event, and we found that the people attended came ready to buy.
Oh yeah.
So it was very successful for us.
And the whole idea behind the thing is that folks can see the quality of the clothing and other materials that are available at the St. Vincent de Paul store.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. And this year it'll be like a holiday themed.
Oh yeah.
Since it's in November.
There you go. That's a wonderful plan.
Now, the purpose is to, it's one of the ways to raise money, contribute to the store, and the purpose of the store is to raise money that we then transfer over to what we call a conference. Now, the conference is the group of people that help the needy, and they've existed here in Indiana for 75 years. The store we will be celebrating our 7th anniversary coming February. They established the store they needed more funding to help the needy. They could see the need growing and in numbers of people, and as well as the amount of money that they needed, because these are some big ticket items. Some people can't pay the rent for the month, and if they can't, then they're evicted. They need assistance for travel, for medical purposes. There's the heat and all kinds of things that come up. So they call a number, and I can give it to you in a minute. And then an appointment is arranged for them to explain their needs to a representative, and then they determine whether or not we can be of help or not. The number to call, we call it the helpline number, is 724-471-2210, and you'll receive a recorded message, and they'll get back to you to arrange an appointment. They don't write out a check and hand it to the person. If they're having problem with the electrical cost, if the bills have gone up, then they arrange directly with with Penelec to settle that. So it's worked pretty well, but the numbers are increasing, and we're happy to see an additional source of funding through the fashion show. Normally, our funding comes through donations of gently used clothing, and some of it is quite good. Brand names, Land's End, Eddie Bauer, Vera Bradley. I'm learning all of them.
Nancy already knew them.
That's right. Some of them had the tags on them.
Still on them.
For one reason or another. Maybe a person lost weight or gained weight or got something for Christmas they never wore. So we do have some very nice items at the store.
Yeah.
A couple of main points I want to make. The store is run completely by volunteers. So that means a very large percentage of the money can go to help the needy. And the needy we help are here in Indiana. You must be a resident of Indiana. That's the only qualification. The money doesn't go elsewhere. It stays right here in Indiana.
Yeah, and how important that is that folks, because, folks, when they are giving to this charity or that, they want to know that their money is being handled with good stewardship.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. Nancy, when you became involved in the St. Vincent DePaul store a couple of years ago, I'm sure you didn't know what you know about it now and how many people it's able to help. But it's just tremendous,
sure.
Isn't it?
It is. It is. And Nick's right about this merchandise that we have at the store. It is, a lot of it is really high quality clothing, and the turnover is great, so that you could come every week and there'll be different things there because it just keeps, coming in and going out and coming in and going out. So we have quite a few regulars that we see every week.
And some interesting items. We just sold a set of 8 plates, Gone with the Wind plates, sold them for $40. So that's a collector's item. We're happy to get the $40, and I'm sure the person that bought them is very happy, and they may turn out to be more valuable than $40.
We'll see them sold on TV by somebody.
Right.
Okay. We have Dale Earnhardt mugs. They just came in. Don't know where they came from, but we have 10 of them now, and happy to sell them. Would like to tell a little story. As I mentioned, the conference covers the big items, but we have some acts of kindness in the store. It can range anywhere from sewing a button on a coat for a woman who's failing eyesight, or getting in the car, taking a customer home because she's loaded. She was about to take the bus, but she was loaded down with the things that she bought at the store as well as buy low next door. Then there was a young man. It's been over a year now. He came into the store and asked for help in selecting clothes. His mother had passed away a few months earlier, and she had done all that for him. She knew his sizes and the colors, etc. So we assigned, the manager there assigned one of the female volunteers to work with him to go around and look at the clothing. And at the end of the day, there were 3 mothers helping him put together clothing, and everything matched and fit well. And when he left the store, he was looking good. A week later, he came back and put $5 in the donation jar because he had gotten a job.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. It's a wonderful success story, and it's the kind of success that I know the St. Vincent de Paul Society enjoys hearing, because it's just an indication that you're being blessed in your work, and that's a tremendous thing. So the event is coming up on November 11th, Veterans Day.
Yes.
And it's at the Rustic Lodge. That's a Saturday, by the way.
Correct.
Yeah, and the time again, Nancy, is?
Starts at 11 a.m. And it usually runs like 2 hours, maybe a little over that.
And includes lunch.
It does, yeah. Rustic always has a good lunch. So
Yes,
it's a
they do.
sit-down lunch, too. So
Yeah. Okay.
people get served.
All right. So how many models do you think you'll have?
I don't know how many models
Yeah.
there
There
are.
were about 15 last year, and that's another important point. All the clothing is clothing from the store. And then there were centerpieces last year, and I believe that's in the plans this year.
Right.
Different items that are all from the store.
Yeah.
We have people contributing baskets. There's one person who makes trays out of wine boxes. The boxes, wooden boxes delivering wine. He takes the part, finishes them off really very nicely, and I think that sold for $100 last year.
Wow.
So he's going to have that again
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Okay. Give me that official name again. That's such a clever name.
Not Your Ordinary Fashion Show.
Not Your Ordinary Fashion Show. It's rather extraordinary.
It is extraordinary. And people can also keep up to date with what's happening at the store by following us on our Facebook page, which is SVDP Indiana, PA.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. And there's probably ticket information on your Facebook page as well.
Absolutely. Yep.
Tremendous. Well, thank you both for coming in to visit with us today. We look forward to the event.
All right.
Thank you.
It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. It's WCCS, AM 1160 and FM 101.1.